Today in our series of Inse we have a special guest with us, Mr. Vignesh Shahane, who is the CEO of IDBI Federal Life Insurance Company. Thank you, Vignesh, for joining us today. Vignesh is somebody who come with a varied experience of financial services, who came into insurance and made his place in insurance again. And in addition to being a well-known leader, he is also a fitness enthusiast. So today we are going to pose some question on basis of that. So first of all, sir, I would like to ask you that what was the specific challenge, because we are just coming out of COVID-19. So what was the specific, what were the specific challenges faced by your company during COVID-19 time, and how you overcame all these challenges?
First of all, madam, thank you very much for inviting me over here. It's an absolute honor and a privilege. And thank you very much for the generous introduction also. To come back to your question, the first challenge I think all of us faced when the COVID pandemic broke out sometime in March was the security and safety and the well-being of our employees and their families. We didn't know how bad it would be, how long the lockdown would last, but we were just hoping that some of our employees stay with their elderly parents. So elderly people were perceived to be at a greater risk in those days. So we were genuinely worried. The first challenge was maintaining the security, safety, and well-being of our employees. Thankfully, our employees maintained adhered to a good lockdown discipline, and we had our infections reined in within the company, not too many. And uh, I think only one fatality, and that was also because of comorbidity. So that was clearly the first challenge, but thankfully, by the grace of God, we overcome that challenge. The second challenge the employees had, there was news that companies were laying off people, were cutting salaries, were not paying on time. There was all these news, all these stories going around in the market. So IDBI Federal, and now it is Aegis Federal. We took the decision that we are not going to cause any insecurity to the employee as far as economic as far as the economic security is concerned. We said we will pay our salaries, our full salaries to every employee. In fact, for the first 2 3 months, we even paid them 2 or 3 days before the due date because the employees were staying at home. They needed the money. We didn't know what state they were in, so we wanted to ensure that we give the money on the due date to the employee. In fact, we were also one of the first, only one of the few companies to undergo an appraisal process where we give increments, promotions, bonuses to employees in the month of May. And a lot of big companies even postponed that process. So we ensured that our employees were taken care of. There were no secure economic security, their physical well-being. That was priority for the company, and we ensured. I'm very proud we did that. We stressed home the fact that we are an employee-centric, employee-first organization. The third challenge was obviously sourcing business. How were we to source business? You've been in the insurance industry. You know that to source business, you need to meet customers, and our primary distributors were the banks, and we are all under lockdown. But I think the regulator has taken some laudable steps, and digitalization for the entire industry and our company moved ahead at a rapid pace, accelerated pace, so we could reach out to customers remote without compromising on the security and safety of our employees and yet do business. In fact, the industry insurance, in fact, IDBI, Aegis Federal and the insurance industry is actually uh, showing a growth over last December this year. So despite being locked down, the insurance industry has actually grown. So I would say these were three big challenges amongst the many others we had. These were the three big challenges that we had. By God's grace, we overcame all of them.
There was one more thing which we have seen during this COVID-19 time, that our regulator IRDAI proactively came out with various regulation and various guidelines. How it impacted the business as such, and how you cope up with the new guideline or new regulations?
I think the more important than the guidelines, the regulator was showed extreme empathy to the insurance companies and more so to the customers. They said this is the moment of truth for the insurance industry, and they encouraged us that we had to be customer centric at every stage. So they micromanaged the claim process. They saw to it that there was no claims pending for COVID fatalities. So the regulator has taken some laudable steps also towards reaching out to customers in this lockdown period without compromising, as I said, the security and safety of the employees. So, for instance, they gave digitalization a thrust. So they encouraged companies to go digital. They also, one of the laudable regulatory steps they took was obviating the need for a wet signature. So you didn't have to meet the customer and risk yourself and risk him by having physical contact. Them you could do it all remote and through online sourcing. So I think the regulator has taken some laudable steps. And they told us that this is the moment of truth for the insurance industry, to be customer centric at every stage. And also, they've taken steps in relaxing underwriting. And as I said, obviating the need for wet signature, which helped the industry to a large extent.
Sir, you are known as a marathon runner and a fitness enthusiast. So do you think that helped you to do your leadership role better? And on that front, will you like to share something with all our viewers?
Yeah, I've been a fitness enthusiast for the last 35 years. Along with marathon running is something I did much later in life, but I've also played Ranji Trophy cricket for Bombay. So that required the need to be physically fit and disciplined at all times. I believe, madam, that our body is the only vehicle we have to carry us through a journey on planet Earth. So we need to keep this vehicle in tip-top condition and fit to make this journey fruitful and effective. So I think physical fitness, my message would be physical fitness in any form. It does not have to mean six packs or bulging muscles. It can just be a feeling of well-being. In physical fitness, it could be a walk in the morning. Physical fitness in any form is extremely essential uh, and effective for proper functioning. So I would urge everybody to embark on some sort of fitness or the other.
Sir, post-COVID, when we are talking about new normalization, there are certain business practices which are changed forever. So, how do you think that it will impact life insurance industry, and what is your outlook in this new normal kind of world, or how it will? What are the new norms which will get introduced in this new normal?
I think, madam, if you had asked me this question 6 or 8 months back, my outlook would have been very bleak because the lockdown was just announced and we do not know the kind of impact it would have, and we feared and we're hearing bad news everywhere around us, so we feared the worst. But today, I think I'm a lot more bullish, and my outlook is a lot more positive about the insurance industry specifically, for 3 or 4 reasons. The first being the awareness of insurance has increased dramatically from customers because of this pandemic. People have got more aware about insurance, specifically term insurance and health insurance. As I mentioned earlier, the digital journey of the entire industry, health, non-life, health, and life, has accelerated. So every company is taking rapid strides in their digital journey. So the awareness increase and the digitalization uh, is definitely going to stand the industry in good stead. And one unspoken fact is that almost all insurance companies, are operating at an OPEX of less than 15% of what they did last year. So people are getting used to, uh, and this OPEX has been rising every year for the entire industry, for all players, has been going up year on year. This is the first time in 20 years that the OPEX has actually dropped by 20% and business has also actually increased. So companies are now getting used to the fact that a lot of the expenses that they incurred on earlier or possibly unnecessary things like business travel, things like physically going to meet to have meetings and interviews. You could do it all virtually and like we're doing this now. Also, the need to have so much office space, and we might move into an hybrid kind of a model, which would be a big cost saver also. So I think there's an awareness amongst insurance companies and companies in general that they can operate effectively at a much lesser OPEX. And I think that has been one of the biggest learnings from COVID.
Uh, the last question I would like to pose you, sir, is what message would you like to give to all members of Insurance Institute of India? Because some of them are already part of insurance industry. Some of them are on the fence who are deciding that where they want to make their career. And some even have, are the student stage who haven't even thought about their career path right now.
So my message would be, and I sincerely believe this from the bottom of my heart, that you have to be chosen by God to serve in the insurance industry. You have to be selected by God. We have seen in this difficult time how this industry can impact lives positively. Now, I've been a banker for 12 years and I've been an insurance professional for 10. I've sold all financial products, but I can say confidently that the only financial product that can impact people's lives positively is insurance. You have to be selected by God, and if you are in this field, it is God's message that He has selected you. So my message would be stick stick to the job. You're doing a very noble profession. Stick to it and impact as many lives positively as you can in the near future.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a positive message and sparing time with us and sharing your views in this Insemelia series. Uh, Thanks again.
Thank you, ma'am. It's been a privilege and a pleasure, as I told you. Thank you.